Welcome back everybody, it's good to have you. So this is actually a little bit of an impromptu video because it's late April and the weather just did something that is actually very typical for spring in Wisconsin. It flipped us right back into winter. I know winter is a concern for a lot of people who are contemplating about moving to Milwaukee, and I made a video last year about how bad winter in Milwaukee really is, and that is one of the top viewed videos on this channel, and it always comes up in conversations with relocation clients. They want to know how much snow do we actually get, and quite frankly I love winter and we have less snow than you might actually think, so it's not that you're driving in a snow blizzard or a snowstorm every day. But you should know something about spring in Wisconsin that frustrates me personally a lot, because everybody's ready for some spring weather and for some green trees, and as you can see behind me, everything is still barren. We already had some warm days, but the winter weather came back and it's cold again today and it's windy. I'm here on Lake Michigan, and spring in Wisconsin is what I want to talk about today. So I think there is a misconception. People are really worried about the snow and about driving in snow and how to dress and how to stay warm. The actual winter in my opinion is not that big of a problem. I think it's actually really beautiful. I love seeing snow. I love when there is a sunny day with blue sky and fresh bright snow, and you know, Christmas of course is a fantastic time. But this time of the year is really not my favorite, because after the winter everybody here is ready for spring and we want to see some warm temperatures. We want to see some green grass. We want to see trees that have leaves again and not are just gray and sad looking. And everybody is really looking forward to spring, and it just takes a really long time for spring to arrive. And March is usually very cold. April starts flip-flopping back and forth, so you have some days that are already warmer, but might have a day that goes into the 70s. Last weekend we had a day that was actually 81 and everybody was in t-shirts and in shorts, so that is really nice. And now we are back to like low 30s, 34, 35 degrees. And the reason why it is so cold here in spring, it has to do with that huge bucket of ice water that we have here. So this is a massive amount of fresh water, and of course it impacts the climate here. It chills down in the winter, and in spring it takes quite a bit of a time for the lake to warm up. And on a day like today, the wind is coming from right out there. You can see it on the waves, and it's blowing pretty good, and it's picking up all that cold temperature from the water and it's blowing inland. And so it takes a while in spring before the lake warms up and before our temperatures go up. So you can expect temperatures in spring to still remain low in the 30s and the 40s. We're happy if we have a day in the 50s, and then usually in May it just flips. All of a sudden we have warm temperatures. The joke is that you literally turn off the heating system one day and you turn on the air conditioner the next day, because we go from 50-degree weather to 80-degree weather. So this is my take on winter in Wisconsin. The actual winter with snow and ice is really not that bad. I know that people are very concerned about this, but I think they're too much concerned about it. I don't think it's that big of a problem. You can just dress up, and for a couple of months that's fine, and you're not actually driving on snow that much as people think. We don't have that much snow. Most of the time it's just dry concrete you're driving on, and it's really not that big of an issue. But it's that drawn out cold temperature that continues here throughout spring that can get really frustrating. The good news is that the weather will eventually turn. Spring is just really short here. We are going from 30s and 40s and 50s to all of a sudden really nice, beautiful summer weather. And summer is actually really something to look forward here in Milwaukee. And you can tell the people have been cooped up for the entire winter, and they've been busy with work and staying home a lot. and as soon as the nice weather hits, everybody's out. We have a festival here in Milwaukee typically every weekend, so there's always something going on, there's a lot to do, and we have a beautiful summer season. So I'm very much looking forward to this, but I hope this gave you a little bit of an idea how spring, quote unquote, looks like here in Milwaukee. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Oh man, it's good to get out of the wind.